Experts said for years that it simply wasn't possible for the human body to run a mile in under 4 minutes. Just wasn't capable. It wasn't that it was dangerous, it was thought to be impossible. Legends say that for over 1,000 years, people tried to break this barrier. Just people thought it couldn't be done. It was out of reach of human capabilities. And then in 1954, Roger Bannister became the first human to run a mile in under 4 minutes. Part of his training for this was he spent a little time every day visualizing accomplishing this goal. Somehow he convinced himself that he could pull something off that there was no proof was even possible. And then once he did it, and proved to the world that it could be possible, everyone else started doing it. Now sub 4 minute miles happen all the time. Roger Bannister actually made the impossible possible. And by doing that, he paved the way for a lot of other great athletes to do the impossible. One of those athletes is Dr. Fred Hatfield, aka Dr. Squat. Doctor, because he has a PhD, squat, because he could squat more weight than anyone on the planet. In 1987, Fred Hatfield became the first person to squat over 1,000 pounds. This is another thing like this sub 4 minute mile that people thought was impossible. There's no way this can be done. No one can put 1,000 pounds on the bar and actually squat. What's more impressive to me is that when he did, he was 45 years old. Fun fact, everybody, I'm only 37 years old, so I have 8 more years to accomplish something impossible. I've learned a lot about Fred Hatfield lately because he's my mentor's mentor. So when you hear something from someone that's obviously probably a little biased, you wonder how much of this story is really true? How much has really been elaborated, exaggerated? How much is he telling me just because this is for my benefit right now, because I need to hear a story about perseverance? After he passed the 1,000 mark barrier, everyone of course wanted to know how he did it. What's the secret? How'd you pull it off? And his answer was such an awesome Han Solo kind of, I know, answer. It's like, reaching the 1,000-pound mark was inevitable. It was a foregone conclusion that it was going to happen because I planned on doing it, is what he said. What I thought was an awesome answer when I heard that, I'm like, well, that's pretty easy to say after you reach your goal. But then I heard his plan, so now I'm a complete believer. Fred Hatfield's passion started with gymnastics. He's a really good gymnast, but he wasn't quite good enough to make the Olympic team. And when he failed to make the Olympic team in 1976, he decided to just become a powerlifter. So he became a powerlifter when he was 33 years old. He weighed 165 pounds. And so he got into powerlifting. He found out the most he could squat at 165 pounds, the most he could squat at 175 pounds, the most he could squat at 185 pounds. And once he had his sights set on squatting 1,000 pounds, he knew exactly what weight he needed to be at to make it possible. It took him 12 years. He started at 33 years old, 165 pounds, and then when he was 45 years old, he became the first person to squat over 1,000 pounds. He weighed 255. So in 12 years, he went from 165 to 255 and became the first human to squat over 1,000 pounds. Imagine the dedication to your plan you have to stick to, the perseverance it would take to do that. Every story he tells me about Fred Hatfield, I take away the perseverance part of it. But the perseverance, it didn't just help him in a sport, it helped him in everything. The guy's a success in everything he does. He's currently the co-founder and president of ISSA, International Science of Sports Association. What that means to me is because that was the very first personal training certification I took 10 years ago. Guy's written over 60 books, with over half of them being bestsellers. He has 3 world champion powerlifting to his credit, and over 30 world records in powerlifting. And still now in his 70s, he trains pro athletes and works with professional organizations all over the world. So Fred Hatfield, my mentor always tells me it's his persistence that did it, but he also says it's his passion. Fred would say that it's his passion for life, passion for what he does, that makes him successful. And there was an interview I found where some journalist asked him like the secret to life kind of question, where do you get your passion? And his answer just gave me goosebumps, so I wanted to share it with you. The question was, what is your advice for finding your passion in life, in the gym, in spirituality, in relationships, in work, etc.? And his answer, passion and peak performance, not commitment to excellence, rather utter disdain for anything less. Not endless hours of practice, instead perfect practice. Not ability to cope, rather total domination of every situation in life. Not setting goals, goals too often prescribe performance limits. Not doing what it takes to win, instead a burning commitment to do what no one has ever done or ever will do again. Not need to achieve, instead doing what it takes to exceed the bounds of mere convention. Not force of skill or muscle, rather it's the explosive, sometimes calamitous force of will. If you believe in and practice these things, then for you, winning is neither everything nor the only thing, as the great Vince Lombardi once said. If you believe in and practice these things, then for you, winning has become a foregone conclusion. But if along the way, you somehow stumble, profit from your experience, then vow by the power of Almighty God, it'll never happen again. Thanks.